This video is sponsored by Glowforge. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made these 5 amazing gift ideas with my Glowforge Aura. If you like craft projects and home DIY projects, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Without further ado, let's just get into it. The first gift item we are going to be making is this really cute post-it note holder. With back to school just around the corner, this is an amazing gift that you can make for teachers. So I always use proof grade materials, and today we're going to be using medium walnut hardwood. So here's how we're going to make it. The first gift item we are going to be making is this really cute customizable sticky note holder. It already exists in the Glowforge catalog. Once you click the design, you can see it comes in 2 parts and it will populate onto the canvas. I quickly add my materials into the Glowforge Aura. Once I add the materials, the Glowforge instantly picks up that my lid is open, and then it scans it, and then magically the materials that I'm using pops up. This is because it has a smart code at the bottom right of the proof grade materials. The camera allows me to see where the cut lines will be, and I can adjust it if I need to. As you can see, I did adjust it in this scene here. Then all I have to do is hit print, watch the laser work its magic, and once all the pieces are cut out, I can assemble it together. When part 1 is cut out from the Glowforge, it's going to look like this. We don't need this middle part, so we could just save this for another time. Alright, now let's just set this aside and cut out the next part. Now we just have to go to part 2. Select the drop down at the top by the name of the design, and then just select part 2. It populates just like it did with the first part. With this pencil shape, I'm actually going to be using maple veneer. I hit print, and because this is a thinner material, it cuts out super quick. For this part, you just need to gather all of your pieces. The first step is removing the masking film from the material. I actually heard that you can use masking tape to remove the film, but I have not tried it yet. Instead, I'm using this micro weeding tool that looks like a pen, but it's not a pen. Once the masking film is removed, you'll need some glue to assemble the 2 wood pieces together. Originally, I tried to use a hot glue gun. I do not know what I was thinking, but it didn't work, so just use regular glue. I recommend glue that dries clear. I actually used a glue that dried white, and you can kind of see some of the white residue on the spots that I used too much glue, so just try a clear one. Once that dries for a few minutes, peel the back of the wood veneer off and apply it to the top of the post-it note holder. The wood veneer has 3M sticky tape on the back already, so you don't need to add more glue. And for a personalized touch, I cut out one of the teachers' names in wood veneer. I also painted it with acrylic paint. Then when it dried, I added it on top of the pencil. To make it feel like a gift, I added a stack of post-it notes, wrapped some ruler print ribbon around it, and here's how the gift turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The second gift we're going to make is this really cute keychain, and here's how we're going to make it. All right, so this is project 2. For this project, I'm using thin purple acrylic, and I'm actually going to just set my materials in my machine so it's already ready to go. To create this keychain, we're going to start with a new design. So click the top left corner, create new design, and then the drop down create blank design. We'll need a circle, so I click insert shape. I want to make mine a little bit smaller, so I'm going to be clicking this ruler here at the bottom to adjust the size to 2.25 inches in diameter, and that will give me the exact size that I need. Since this is a keychain, I'll need a tiny hole for the key ring, so I just click insert shape again, add another circle, click the ruler again and make the shape 0.25 inches this time, and then I move that tiny circle toward the top of the larger circle. This sounds really easy, and trust me, it is. So even though I'm going to be using a different material for the initial, I just want to make sure it fits. So I click the text box, select the font that I'll be using, and I just stretch the initial to how big I want it. And then I just adjust it until it looks right to me. And I'm going to be cutting the initial out, but I'm going to click ignore for now since I will be cutting it out of a different material. Then I just double check my cut settings for the acrylic part, which is just a circle. Everything looks good, so I just hit print. Just a note, it does take a little bit longer to cut out the acrylic, but it is so worth it in the end because it looks so good. Once the acrylic is finished cutting, I set it to the side and adjust the settings on the Glowforge app for the rest of the materials. I ignored the circles now and then adjust the initial to cut. I use maple veneer, which cuts out really quickly. Once the initials were complete, I'm able to assemble the keychains. So this part might be self-explanatory, but I'll explain it anyway just for full tutorial purposes. First, remove the front and back film from the acrylic. One thing I wanted to mention, and I noticed as I was doing these, was if my hands were a little bit oily, it does leave like a fingerprint on it, so it's probably a good idea to wear some sort of gloves or something. All right, so once that's done, the next thing I'm going to do is peel the front and back film off of the letters, which is the maple veneer. I'm using maple veneer and it already has sticky tape on the back, so you don't have to worry about using glue or anything like that. And that's actually why I did like doing this project a lot, because it was not messy at all. After that's done, I just align it to where I want it on the circle. And then I add these cute little pom-pom accessories to go with the personalized keychains. And here is how they turned out. I think they are so cute. I love the way they look with the extra little accessory on them, and I think my nieces are gonna love them. The third gift we're gonna make is this really cute bookmark. For project 3, I'm making this cute little bookmark. It's already available in the Glowforge dashboard, and if you just search bookmarks or mushroom bookmarks, it'll come right up. I already put my acrylic in the machine, and so it's ready to go. But I did update the draft scoring speeds and power so that it's more to my liking. And then I just send it to print. When the bookmark is all cut out, I'm just going to be removing the film from the back of the bookmark and then also removing the film from the front. But I am leaving the film on the mushrooms, so I am peeling it a little gentle just to make sure it doesn't peel away on the mushroom part. I like the way that the contrast looks, so I wanted to leave it to make the mushrooms look brown. And then I'm just going to be adding a ribbon to it to make it feel complete. And this is how the bookmark turned out. My original idea with the bookmark as a gift was that you can pair it with a book or two for your book loving friends and it'll make the perfect gift for them. The fourth gift we're gonna make is this really cute baby numbers puzzle. Oops. This design is already available in the Glowforge dashboard. I already have my eye on it, so it's saved to my designs already. And if you don't know how to save to your designs or add to your dashboard, then watch this video right here. Once I click it, it populates right away. And as you can see, it's already set up for us, but from this view, you can't really see it that well, and that's because I don't have any materials in the Glowforge Aura yet. So I take a minute to add my materials. For this, I'm using light walnut plywood, and I make sure the design is adjusted so it can cut out just like the example. Then I hit print. So this is how it looks when it's all cut out. And of course I had to take a minute to get some footage for Instagram Reels. So we're not done yet. So we have to cut out one more part, the square part by itself. So basically go back into the Glowforge dashboard, click ignore on the numbers, and then just cut out the square by itself. So once all parts are cut out, all we have to do is remove the film, which is really easy for this type of project, and then glue the two wood parts together. I'm using wood glue that dries white, but I highly recommend using a glue that dries clear. Once the glue is applied, I smooth mine out with a brush so it can be coated more evenly, and then I added the square backing to the shape that was cut out with the numbers. Then I picked up some clamps from the dollar store and used those to clamp everything in place until it was dry. And because I wanted to go the extra mile to make this project look really cute, I wanted to switch out the wood numbers for acrylic so there can be some sort of contrast. So I went into the app again, this time ignoring the square only and only cutting the numbers out. And here's how the project turned out once everything was complete. Another extra idea is to engrave the puzzle with the baby's name at the bottom. I haven't figured out who I'll give mine to yet, so mine is still plain, but just wanted to give you an extra little customization idea. Before we move on to gift item number 5, I wanted to give you guys a cleaning tip. Once you cut wood or any item that has more of like a smoky print to it, you want to make sure you're cleaning it out. So for me, I cut the wood on project number 4, or the gift idea with the baby numbers, which I consider project number 4 because of how I recorded this video. But I ended up taking a Lysol wipe and wiping out the machine. Also really paying attention to the bars on the side by where the print head is. You want to make sure those are clean and wiped off so that it has a nice smooth cut and print. The 5th gift we're gonna make, oh my goodness, that's like a tongue tie. 5th gift. The 5th gift we're gonna make is these really cute baby milestones. Here's how we're gonna make these baby milestone discs. I'm using the thin green acrylic and light maple plywood. I'm starting with the light maple plywood and I set it up in the machine so it's already ready to go. First, go to the Glowforge app, click New Design, then click New Blank Design. At the top right, we're going to select a shape, then insert circle shape. The size that populates is actually the size we'll need, so that's awesome. Next, we'll insert text. We'll add the word month. I'm using font 55, and the font name is Nautigal, or Nautigal, or Nautical. I don't know. Anyway, then next we'll add the number in. The font I'm using is Aura 1 and the font size is 115. Now we'll center everything just to see how it looks. The numbers are going to be cut out, but I'm going to ignore it for now since I'm using acrylic to cut those out. So then we'll copy the shape and swap out the word month for the word months and the number 1 for the number 2. And then we'll do this until the full 12 by 12 sheet is filled because there are 12 months in a year and this sheet can only fit about 9 discs. We'll have to repeat this again. And just a note, the word months should be set to engrave and the circle should be set to cut. So after all that is filled, go through and ignore all the numbers. Remember, the numbers are going to be cut out of acrylic, but if you wanted to engrave the numbers with this type of layout, you can do that as well. I personally like the contrast, but I wanted to give you more ideas for gifting. And now that everything looks good, you can send to print. The engraving can take a little while depending on your settings, and once the first round is done, just make sure to do the next basswood sheet so that part can be fully complete. Moving on, I'm placing my acrylic in the Glowforge Aura so it's already ready to go. Then I thought about something while the wood was being engraved and cutting out. If I'm doing the acrylic numbers, it's probably easier if all the numbers was all in one line and one sheet and just a little more simple without the circles around it. So I just did the same thing as before, create a new design, using the text, add the number, the font, the size, and just set to cut. This way I can arrange the numbers close together and save as much acrylic as possible. Then of course, I hit print. Here's how the acrylic looks when it's all cut out. Now I just have to remove the masking film from the front and back of the acrylic and also the front and back of the basswood. I'm using the same glue that I have been using for all these projects. So I just use a little bit of glue on the back of the numbers and then place that in the middle of the discs. I also use a pair of tweezers because just to handle it, just to make sure the glue was minimized and restricting the messiness that glue can sometimes make, it just was easier to use a pair of tweezers. And once everything was completed, these are what the baby milestone discs look like. I think they look really good with the acrylic, and I especially love that this was a design I was able to make myself in the Glowforge app. I'd love to hear which project you love best. Drop your comment in the comment box below. And if you'd like to purchase a Glowforge Aura of your own, you can currently find it at Joann's stores and Michael's. I have the links for that in the description box below. And if you love crafty DIYs and also home DIYs, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on my other socials. The links for everything is in the description box below. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.